Ross Chastain has had one of the most eventful weeks in NASCAR, and it has nothing to do with just racing. Right now, one of the biggest names in all of sports is shaking up NASCAR in a major way. Michael Jordan. Yes, that Michael Jordan, the six-time NBA champion, the man who turned basketball into a global religion. He co-owns 23XI Racing, and his team has been absolutely on fire to start the 2026 season. Tyler Reddick, one of Jordan's drivers, won 3 races in a row right out of the gate. 3 straight wins. The whole NASCAR world has been talking about it. So when Ross Chastain was asked about Michael Jordan's impact on the sport, people were listening. Because Chastain drives for a rival team, Trackhouse Racing, and his honest take on a competitor's owner, that is something worth hearing. Here is what Chastain said. It's incredible to have a sports icon like that associated with NASCAR, a guy that's accomplished so much and be successful not only in sports, but also in business and life. Now that is a real compliment. But then Chastain said something that surprised a lot of people. Even though Michael Jordan is one of the most famous people on the planet, a man who has been in NASCAR for 6 years now, Chastain admitted he has never actually met him, not once. He said it plainly, "Not that I know him. I've never had a conversation with him. I've never even shook his hand. I'd like to one day." Think about that for a second. Jordan has been in the sport since 2020. His team competes every single week at the same racetracks where Chastain races. And yet, they have never spoken. They have never even shaken hands. That says a lot about just how big NASCAR's world really is, even when a celebrity of Jordan's size steps into it. But Chastain did not stop there. He explained why he thinks having someone like Jordan in the sport is good for everyone, not just 23XI Racing. He said, "When you have successful people be a part of what you're doing, it's always good. I think a rising tide raises all ships." A rising tide raises all ships. That phrase says everything. When big names come into NASCAR, it brings more attention, more fans, and more energy to the whole sport. Chastain gets that. Even if Jordan's team is beating him on the track, he still sees the bigger picture. Now, while all of this was being talked about, Chastain also got a question about NASCAR's Chase format, the playoff system that decides who wins the championship. NASCAR has been making changes to how it works, and a lot of drivers have strong opinions about it. Not Chastain. His answer was about as simple as it gets. He said, "I don't care. That's the short answer, because whatever they do, I'll go race. Sign me up for whatever the France family and NASCAR want. If they want to flip everything upside down, it doesn't matter to me." He only had one request. "I just need the rule book. Just give me the schedule, the rules for the cars, and the on-track procedures, and I'll go race." That is the mindset of a pure racer. No complaints, no politics, no drama, just racing. Chastain has always been that kind of driver. Since Trackhouse Racing entered the Cup Series, he has been aggressive, consistent, and hard to ignore. 2 wins in 2022 with a runner-up in the championship standings. 2 more wins in 2023. The team has been building year by year. Right now, in 2026, though, Chastain sits 23rd in the standings with 74 points, so it has been a tough start to the season. And that tough start got even harder at Phoenix Raceway during the Straight Talk Wireless 500. With less than 100 laps to go, Joey Logano, a 3-time Cup Series champion, was running right behind Chastain near the front of the field. Then Logano got a run and made contact with the rear of Chastain's car. Chastain went spinning. The crash pulled in Austin, Cindric, Bubba Wallace, and Anthony Alfredo, too. By the time the race was over, Chastain had fallen 25 laps down. Logano later crashed out himself in a separate incident. But here is where things took a good turn. Logano owned it right away on his team radio, then picked up the phone and called Chastain directly after the race to apologize. Chastain explained what happened from his side. "Yeah, I got a bad restart in my opinion, and then he got a run and ran into the back bumper. But we talked. He gave me a call. Joey and I have a good working relationship on track. We're very alike." Chastain even had kind words for Logano as a driver. "He's not that much older than me, but has so much experience in some of the things he does behind the wheel through Gen 6 and Gen 7 cars that I think are very productive. So we have a good relationship, and that was just a bad deal, but we're fine." No beef, no back and forth, two professional racers handling it the right way. Up next for both of them, Auto Club Speedway, where the season rolls on.